is a proud corporate partner of Texas Tech Athletics. There's nothing like it. The excitement of Texas Tech men's basketball. This is KMAC Red Raider Nation's countdown to tip-off.
Yeah, we're coming back to Lubbock tonight. Thanks, guys.
No, thank you, Coach, and thank you for watching Red Raider Nation's countdown to tip-off this morning. David Collier alongside Eric Kelly this morning. Just talking basketball. No basketball in particular. We heard Coach Chris Beard there. The Red Raiders are, in fact, back in Lubbock after a short trip there at the Big 12 tournament. But the good news, that's just temporary.
Yeah, he's right to the point.
Yeah.
The bad news, the Red Raiders had won. They would have been in the Big 12 championship just by existing.
Yeah.
Although Texas Tech, in the past, if there's one thing they've proved, it's that the lack of Big 12 tourney success certainly doesn't have an effect on the success in the one that matters.
That matters, right. All right, coming up in the next half hour, we'll take a closer look, though, at the late game struggles in that contest on the offensive end against the Longhorns.
Also had nothing free about the shots from the line against Texas.
And later, more on a player that's starting to make the most of his time, with Jamarius Burton still out with an injury.
And David, as we mentioned, Red Raiders know they're probably getting to the NCAA tournament. Let's put it like 99.9%. But weren't able to 100% guarantee it as they fall out of the Big 12 tournament in a nail-biter against Texas. Red Raiders were looking for that 3-game sweep of the Longhorns this season. Played really well during different stretches, had double-digit leads on multiple occasions during the game, including a 5-point lead with 4 minutes left. But late, they foul Matt Coleman, and the Texas senior, he's clutch. He does this. He's done this before. He'll do it again. Sinks both free throws. Texas Tech with one last heave down the court for the win. Couldn't even get a shot up. Jericho Sims is really tall. And the Red Raiders fall by just a single point to end their time in Kansas City.
Really thought the tougher team was going to win tonight, and I thought Texas was the tougher team in the parts of the game that mattered most. This one stings because it's in the postseason. We just got to coach a little bit better in different areas, and we got to have individual players step up too. Like, this deal's not very complicated. In March, your best players have to play well, and if your best players don't play well, you won't win, period. And tonight, you guys don't need me to tell you that. Just look at the stat sheet. We had some of our best players not play their best game.
Yeah, speaking of the issues on the offensive end popping up once again for Texas Tech, kind of been a theme throughout the season. Eric mentioned the scoreless drought in the final 4 minutes of the game. It's not like the Red Raiders didn't have opportunities during those stretches as well. Tech was 0 for 1 from the free throw line, 0 for 6 from the field, including 4 missed layups. Several chances in these final minutes. And if they make, really just one of them, they're still there in KC.
It looks like we missed a bunch of layups, just shots right around the basket. And that's basketball. You're going to have some misfortune, but then you got to go make your breaks on the other end. You got to make a break by getting an offensive rebound putback. Somebody's just got to step up and wheel the ball in the basket. But obviously, I've not watched the film yet, but I'm pretty sure that in the last 4 minutes of the game, we got about 4 or 5 point blank looks around the basket, and we just couldn't get it to go in.
All right, for more on this loss to the Texas Longhorns, we bring in Red Raider Nation's Phil Mayer. You read his stuff on a regular basis on everythinglubbock.com. Phil, we mentioned it. Red Raiders come up just short of the 3-game sweep of the Longhorns. In your opinion, the difference in Thursday's game is that Texas had more blank.
Shot creators, and it was definitely a close game, nip and tuck the whole way. But I think a big reason why Texas was able to win is because it had more players to go to on offense. 2 of its main guys, Courtney Ramey, Greg Brown, did basically nothing, but the Longhorns were still able to win because they got good performances off the bench from Jace Febres and Kai Jones. They were 2 of 5 Longhorns to score in double figures. And when that Texas Tech defense took away Texas's primary option, which it did a lot, of course, because it's a good defensive team, they were able to swing the ball and get it into someone's hands who was in position to make a play, and that person was usually able to make a play. Look at the other side with Texas Tech. Mac McClung, not his best game. And with their bench, there's some good players, Tyreek Smith, Micah Peavy, but they're not really guys you throw the ball to and ask them to get you a basket. And I think that had a big role in Texas Tech's offense cooling off down the stretch.
Yeah, that has certainly been an issue at times here late with Mac McClung. All right, Phil, we appreciate it.
Don't forget to read his stuff. Connor forgot.
Yeah, no, I know. EverythingLubbock.com.
Did not mention it this time.
Yes, I did. You were not listening.
No, I
Maybe
wasn't.
you'll listen a little bit later. All right, just to let you know, it's time for a break here on Countdown to Tip-Off. Yeah, it is.
No,
Still to
it's
come, though.
time for a break.
It's time for a break. You can't get enough of Crashing the Boards, right? I know the answer. Good news, we have an extended edition for you coming up.
And Chris Beard on the issues at the free throw line in Thursday's loss. I promise I'll listen to him.
No, he won't.